Hi everyone! So I wanted to do a review and demonstration today of the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate palette. So let's talk first about the packaging. It's going to come in a delicious faux suede, unless it's real suede, then props to him, and that should explain the price. Delicious little brown little pouch. Which is always nice. I think if you're spending the money on luxury makeup, it should come with a pouch to keep the compact protected. So it comes in a compact like this. As you can see, it's got a lovely reflective lacquered quality to it. It says Tom Ford on the edge here. The closure is magnetic, which is amazing. You get a lovely mirror in here that will sit up if you sit the compact flat. It's got Tom Ford etched into the mirror, which we love. And there is a protective plastic thing. It has TF in it over top of the products. Now, I'm going to show you an up close, but mine is kind of looking a little haggard. The reason being is some of my brushes, because I live in a dorm in New York that doesn't have great air conditioning ducts, shall we say, a lot of my brushes accumulated some gross amount of dust on them, and I went to go use this product one day and it just got dust everywhere. Even though I make sure to clean my brushes and I clean them off before I use them, I still managed to get some dust in there. So I have the Intensity 1. It also comes in Intensity 2, and the only difference is the shade side is a little bit darker and a touch more like a rosy gray. This is more of like a brownish bronzy gray tone. So let's do a little swatcheroo of each. They're both cream products, so this is what it looks like. There's the Illuminate side, there's the shade side. So then, of course, as you blend it out, you're going to be getting this lovely kind of sheer veil of product. This is $75, so of course it is a bit of an investment. It is the only, I need to find a tissue. It is the only Tom Ford product that I own. And I did get this while I worked at Macy's, and I got it from Bloomingdale's because you can get an extra employee discount at Bloomingdale's as well. But I have to say that I love this, particularly the Illuminate side. The shade side is, to me, it's so-so. I prefer for really natural, realistic looking contouring. MAC had this Pro Sculpting Cream in Coffee Walnut that had a lot more gray to it, and it was much more of a natural contour tone, whereas this can sometimes go a little bit warm, so that's one thing to keep in mind. But the highlight side is absolutely amazing for anybody who has any type of textural issues on areas where they would highlight, because it doesn't accentuate those at all. They are creamy products, so if you have an oilier skin, you might want to do your contouring first, then lightly place a little bit of powder on top, or maybe use a minimal amount of bronzer just to kind of set those areas, and a minimal amount of powder highlighter on top, and do both of those layers, the powder and the cream, very sheer. But if you have a drier skin or a normal skin, I've had no issues with them sliding off or anything like that. So I'm going to show you how to apply it, or how I apply it, and what brushes I use, because I think that makes all the difference. I do have my, I'm going to use the mirror that it comes with, because it is a good mirror. So I'm going to sit that there and I'll demonstrate it for you guys. So the brush that I like to use for the contouring side depends on what look I'm going for. But as a general rule, I really love the e.l.f. blush brush, the $3 one, because the tip comes to a nice point on the side, and then of course, when you look at it straight on, it's not a huge brush. It is synthetic, so it's going to work well with the cream, and it does a good job of blending. So I'm going to go in first with the shade side. I'm going to load up both sides of the brush, not too much. And what I'm going to do is, there's millions of contouring videos out there, so while my belief for contouring is a little bit different than most people's, I don't really do it with foundation sticks. I do it to look very natural, very subtle, and just to add a little bit of shape to the face, not to give fake surgery, essentially. What I like to do is start from the right here where the ear meets the cheek. And something I'll show you that really helps me personally is do a little bit there, do a little bit here, do a little bit here, and do a little bit here on your other side. That way you're not putting too much product in any particular place. You also won't have to go back and dip in the product as much because you've just now put the contour everywhere that you want, and you can go in and blend. So I like to blend in circular motions, moving upwards. And because I didn't put a lot of product on here, it is a creamy product, but it doesn't feel like a really soft cream blush. It is a little bit more solid, almost like a waxier cream foundation would feel. So you don't have to worry about getting too much product on if you just kind of slightly tap back and forth on the brush and tap lightly in the product. Now how much you use will depend on how much contouring you want to do, sculpting you want to do, shading. Let's call it shading because it is Shade and Illuminate. Bring it around. I love putting a little on my eyelids as well, because I love a sculpted eyelid. And then if you choose to, a little on the jawbone. You'll have to ignore my 5 o'clock shadow. So, again, same thing on the other side. Now something I like to do is I make sure that I wipe the brush off on a tissue or the back of my hand before I go and dip back into the product. That way, in case any foundation came off onto the brush, that you're not dipping that back in the product. That'll then kind of seal the product shut. Of course, since this is a cream, you'll want to do it before you powder. The only thing I have on right now is the Armani Luminescent CC cream, so and no concealer, and I didn't put very much on either, so you can really see, you know, where I'm putting the contour and the shading. I haven't added any extra, you know, a lot of foundation or anything like that. So let's see myself straight on. That looks about right. Okay, now for the Illuminate side, and this is my personal favorite side to use because it looks so amazing on the skin. I like to go in with a regular foundation brush or just a clean blush brush, but something that's flat I think works a little bit better for my personal taste and when I use highlighters. So I'm just going to get the product on. I'm going to sweep it back and forth very delicately. And then wherever you would want to add some lightness, some brightness, I'm just going to lightly pat it, and as you can see, it looks amazing. It's just pearly, it's transparent, it's just adding lightness onto the skin. It's not really adding any color. I'm a big fan of the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, but that is shimmery, and it is, well, it's imperceivable shimmer that looks amazing on the skin, and it's, you know, fairly imperceivable. They do make different shades because you will be able to see, you know, if I use the Topaz one, which is a bronzy shade, you would definitely be able to see it. And if you use the Pearl on someone like my skin tone, you will definitely see it because it is got a little pigment to it. This is more to just add light. It's not really going to add much color at all. So, as you can see, that amazing shine that just gave me. I do have a bit of sheen from the CC cream that I'm wearing, but nowhere near as much, as you can see. Amazing, right? I die. A little bit inside, not in a bad way though. I die from joy. So, let's go ahead and do the other side. So I like to pat, and I do my highlighter a little bit above my brow, onto my cheekbone, kind of stopping right where my eyeball starts on my eye. And then I bring it underneath my brow, and then I start to just blend and smooth it in. And make sure that I don't have any harsh edges, but this product really blends itself, so you don't have to worry about it not looking seamless, because it is such an amazing texture. So then we'll follow it up with a little bit of highlight here. Maybe a little bit here, swept over here. So, Also, this looks amazing. The highlight side looks amazing, just patted with a little brush over the eyelids. If you don't have oily eyelids, I do, so I can't really do it, but it looks amazing, just patted on top of the eyelids. So I love that the highlighter gives a really, really wet look to the skin rather than like a glittery effect. And it's an amazing texture. So all in all, I think to me this is worth the money. It is a Tom Ford product, it is expensive, but the quality of the compact, first of all, because not all compacts are this nice, you know, they don't all have magnetic closures, they don't all have a Tom Ford, you know, inscription. The compact is good quality, it comes in a nice pouch, and the product itself is good, and I think the thing I love so much about this is that it's such a unique product. You know, Tom Ford is a fashion designer, his brand is a fashion brand, not unlike Armani or Chanel or Dior, but the fact that he came out with a product that is pretty much like a makeup artist product that has a contouring and a highlighting cream in one product is pretty amazing to me, because it's not common for fashion houses to do that because they're not designed for makeup artists, you know? Apparently this product came as because he went to school for architecture, so he likes an architecture in the face. I'm trying to get this little fuzzy bit out. Ugh, it's not gonna come out. Anyway, because he went to school for architecture, and architecture, the face architecture is a really big deal or whatever. Fine by me, Mr. Ford. This is an amazing product. I really enjoy having it. So, hopefully, if you like a very subtle contour, you don't like a drag, you know, Instagram-looking contour, then this could be a product to try. And I hope you guys found this helpful, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll talk to you all real soon. Bye.